Welcome, and welcome to another Memphis Monday. Last week we put in the mailbox, but today we're going to do some work around the shop. We've done that kind of thing before. I don't know exactly how many jobs we're gonna get done, but we'll just record the most interesting ones. So let's knock off the chit chat and get to work. This thing's making all kind of noise. Let's check why. Take the belt off this, or the blade off this thing. Here's part of the problem, at least. You see this big grease fitting right here? I think this is aftermarket, because they would have never put that in there, because it interferes. It won't let this thing drop down correctly. See, hits against it. Now on this one up here, I overhauled. I didn't make a video of it or anything, but I just took that grease fitting completely out because it wouldn't allow this thing here to slide back far enough. So let me take this lower guide out, because what was happening, this thing's called a thrust bearing, and this thrust bearing here, the blade was getting behind it, and you can see the score marks right in there. Well, let's take this thing off and see what we can figure out. I found at least one problem. There's a little set screw right there that engages this shaft right here. Well, it was not screwed in. It wasn't tightened, and so it was allowing the shaft to flop around, so the blade would kick it out like that. And in any case, this grease fitting, right there, won't allow the shaft, won't allow this thing to be back enough to properly align with this other guard, or with this other thrust bearing on top. So let's take that grease fitting off. Well, sorry about the fans and the AC unit and everything else, but it's hot. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing back on here and see if we can line it up. Oh, I see the problem. That's the reason. It was too hard. It was too hard to get an Allen wrench in there, so it was just never tightened up. Let me see if I can find a correct size Allen wrench. Like everybody, I have too many Allen wrenches, so I keep my XX ones in this little puka here. There's my collection. What are the chances? The first, second tried that one, and then I tried this one because it had tape on it. You know why I think it had tape on it? I hate to admit it. I bet it had tape on it to remind me that this is the one that fit in these, which means that I'm the guy who didn't tighten up that Allen wrench right there. Okay, let's try again. Now listen at this noise. I think I have deeper problems beyond blade alignment. Let me check into it. Now I knocked away some of the gunk and stuff on the top of this thing. I found this little fill plug here on top of this little transmission. Maybe I ran this thing out of oil. What do you think? Let me take that out and see. I'll tell you what, if this is the fill plug, the oil in this thing has never been changed, because that fill plug is stuck tight. I'm gonna try to apply a little heat. I don't think this little propane tank is hot enough. I probably need acetylene. I don't have any. What I'm doing now is taking the blade off, or the belt off. Taking this belt off so see if it still makes the noise. Without the motor running. There's your problem, lady. Well, the transmission runs quiet as you please. Zero noise. But you will remember a few weeks back we overhauled these bandsaws and I replaced this pulley. This pulley has come loose again. Can you imagine that? Both of the set screws in this thing, that one and that one, both backed out for some reason. Then we reinstall it and maybe I just didn't tighten it tight enough. Yep, totally quiet. Quite a bit of trouble to go to for one small beat up 3/8 inch remnant piece of plywood. Well, since table saws are about the only thing we can, bandsaw is the only thing we can seem to think about today, let's just put some wheels on that thing. What do you think? And we'll just put a few screws in it, just for good measure. I'm going to hold the wheels on with these coated deck screws. They should work okay. How I've never had any problems with them coming off. Okay, what I plan to do is tip this thing over and try to slide the dolly underneath it. What could go wrong? Well, it's on to plan B. Okay, and plan B, also known as the second plan that probably won't work, I'm going to tilt it back, put that block underneath it, and then I'll go back around the other side and rock it up on that block of wood. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. And you guys didn't think it was going to work. So disappointed with you. I'm pushing it around the shop for no good reason. Just for the fun of it. Well, now you got to admit, you didn't think this baby was going up on that dolly that second time, did you? You didn't think my plan would work. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I was about ready to use the old hatchet here. Well, we didn't get 5 or 6 jobs done, but we probably did. But we did have a lesson in human nature. I was trying to fix the blade guards, the blade guides and the thrust bearings, and trying to fix the transmission, and who knows what. I was about ready to take the transmission out. But it never crossed my mind to simply go back to the last repair I did and see if I messed it up. And you saw that I did mess it up. Or it's a bad part, but I doubt it. What are the odds of that happening? Well, anyway, I think we got our money's worth. So tweet and favorite, like and comment and all that stuff. And most of all, make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday. Thanks for watching.